We are live. Welcome to the FGTN show, Fishing Gear and Tech News. I'm your host, Alex Tim, and today we're diving into Jiffy's brand new 2025-2026 ice fishing lineup. That's right, they launched some new stuff this year. It's been a couple of years. They got bought out by a different company. They've reimagined their brand, some exciting new tech and gear. We're going to talk about it, including their latest augers, hub houses, shelter innovations, and everything that just dropped. We're going to go through it tonight. It's maybe a longer episode because we aren't going to leave anything untouched. I want to hear what you have to say in the comments. What are you thinking? It was announced, I think, 9 a.m., 10 a.m. Central. So you probably looked at some of the stuff. If you haven't, let me know. If you're watching live, drop down in the chat which new Jiffy product you're most excited for, or if you haven't seen any of it yet, just let me know. And if you're on the replay squad, comment your favorite new piece of Jiffy gear once you've kind of watched through the video. Plus, if you live in Minnesota, we've got an update, so you need to stick around for it, on auto hook setting devices and auto jigging devices. I've had so many conversations in the last 72 hours about it. There is some exciting news and updated news that we're going to be landing here with all of you today. So today's show is brought to you by Melin, this hat company right here. And down below, I have an exclusive. It's a 48-hour promo code, one of the best deals you're ever going to find on their hats. But more on that later. We got to get into the content here, so let's go ahead and jump in. It looks like we've got Ryan, new member of the channel. Nice to see you here. We got Richard, member of the channel, tuning in. Doug, Wayne. Man, we've got Blaine here. All the members are tuning in. I love it. We've got everybody else here too. Justin, nice to see you. CJ, Mike. I know I missed a bunch of y'all, but keep on pinging down in the chat. You'll see it popping up here on the screen as well. Let's get my mug off the screen and let's take a look. Jiffy Ice Fishing has announced their new gear. A new era begins. Through it all since 1950. Let me zoom in here. First established in 1950. The white text is hard to read if you zoom in. So let's do this differently. Let's go like this. Ooh, that is really bad. So I'm going to zoom in and I'll just read this part to you. First established in 1950, Jiffy has been proudly building long-lasting ice augers for 75 years. We're proud to continue building upon that legacy, beginning a new era of exciting new augers and shelters built for the long haul, meant to serve you through it all. Here's the exciting news. Brand new website. They got a bunch of new gear. I'm excited about a lot of it. I actually got to test and use this gear last ice season. You're going to find, so stay obviously tuned into this video because we're going to talk about all the new stuff. I haven't even honestly looked at their website yet. I've been busy all day with a lot of other things. So I'm just tuning in. We're going to look at their website, but later this week on Thursday, I'm dropping a video that's a sneak peek of me getting first looks, hands on this stuff on the ice. And then my plan is on Sunday to release an in-depth video going really deep on all of it on the ice with Jiffy themselves, one of the engineers behind it that helped build this stuff. So as we look through the website here, we can see they've got their all new link here. You gotta, if you're a yellow fan, you gotta love Jiffy, right? They're the big old black and yellow. I guess HT also is black and yellow as well, but yeah. So they've got Basecamp shelters, an electric auger, Jiffy Link accessories, shelter accessories, auger accessories. We're going to talk about it. I'm just going to scroll down there. We're going to come back up. There's two links I'm going to click on. I spent 5 minutes on this website before we went live, so we'll go through it. Winter camping shelters. There is a theme here. They have two all-new Basecamp shelters that are ruggedly built, designed for extended stays with camping-specific features and accessory options. I asked the question of the crew when I was on the ice with them the end of last year, kind of when I got to see it all. And I said, I'm sure it's the same questions you all have, because Jiffy Ice Fishing is owned by Artisan, right? So they're the same parent company above Jiffy. Artisan is the same company that owns Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear, Ion, and Jiffy. So my question is like, why are you releasing more hub houses? Why are you releasing yet another auger? Because they've got the Ion, they've got the E40, Now they got the Jiffy, and I got answers for you. And it's actually a pretty dang good one, in my opinion. So expanded category offerings, we can see their base camps here, their hub houses, and you can see when I float over them, they change. The roof changes to yellow. Interesting. There's a reason behind it. We're going to talk about it. So a bunch of accessories that you can get. They talk about their auger. So you can just kind of keep scrolling through. They've got replacement parts, warranty cover, everything that you'd expect on their page. You can get to here as well. It didn't look like, unless I missed it, somebody can ping me if I missed it. I checked out their YouTube page just before this. They didn't put up any videos yet because I always like when they do like a hype reel or something like that just to get us going. I didn't find one yet. But if you guys see one, let me know. And maybe next time we do a video, we can talk about it. But okay, two things that I want to call out. You go to the top of their page here. If you go to shop and you click on it, you're going to see everything they have for sale, including obviously mostly all new things that you can see here. I'm going to go through a different view other than this, but you'll see all of these new tags on these products, but they do have some legacy products in here as well. So if you're a Jiffy fan and you've got a lot of the old Jiffy stuff, they've got the Jiffy hand auger that you can still get, and they've got the hand auger blades, the Stealth STX blade kits, the RH Ripper blade, LH Ripper blade, and the Rogue Torch hybrid blade. So they are still supporting your legacy Jiffy augers as well through their products here, but then of course a ton of new things. So we're going to go back to their homepage here. It's refreshing how fast their page is. Drop down in the chat if you know what I'm referring to by saying how fast their page is. There's another company that does not have a very fast page. But what we're going to click on is see all new products. So we can go ahead and click here, and we're going to go in and ask questions. We're going to go through questions at the end of the show. So you're going to have to stick around if you want to hang out for the question and answer session. Hopefully this is very entertaining. Sit back, grab a drink of your choice. I'm drinking Celsius Tropical Vibe energy drink tonight. Got to stay hydrated. I don't know if you can see that puppy right there. I almost just dropped it on my keyboard. That wouldn't have been good. We got to stay hydrated. All right, let's roll. So all new. Let's talk about the augers first. They've got two new augers. It's one auger, it's just an 8-inch and a 10-inch. But you may be thinking, 8 and 10? Is there going to be a 6-inch? The answer is no. They are not going to release a 6-inch, and we're going to talk about it right now. Here it is. The 8-inch, it's called the Model 60. That is their new auger, the Model 60. 8-inch Model 60 is here. 10-inch Model 60 is the other one. Reliable 60-volt electric power. So they've got the, under Artisan, right? They've got the E40, which is their Eskimo 40-volt auger. They've got their Alpha and Alpha Plus, I guess you could say, right? Depending on if you get the steel bit or the composite bit. And the E40 is the same, composite or steel. But you've got your E40 power head, 40 volt. You've got your Alpha power head, which is 40 volt as well. Well, they launched a beefy 60 volt from Jiffy as well. I use this thing. This thing is a freaking powerhouse. This is hands down, zero question, way more powerful than an Alpha Plus. I have an Alpha Plus. I have an E40. I'm going to get the Maven. I'm going to pick up one of these as well, just so I can compare them all on the ISO. Stay tuned to the channel if you want to see some comparisons here. But 60 volts, drill up to 2,800. Zooming in actually doesn't seem to do a whole lot, does it? Drill up to 2,800 inches per charge. Drill up to 4 inches per second on the 8-inch. If we flip over to the 10-inch, you'll see you can get up to 1,800 inches per charge. So it goes from 2,800 to 1,800. That's the difference going from that 8-inch bit to that 10-inch bit. And you've got up to 3 inches per second on the 10-inch versus 4 inches per second on the 8-inch. So you can see 10-inch Model 60, 8-inch Model 60. We can actually toggle it right here by clicking on the size. We don't need to go back to that previous page. You can see the SKU here, and then you see the price point. 8-inch price point, $699.99, and 10-inch price point, $749.99. So $50 more. Let's take a look here at the auger itself. Actually, do they break down? They talk about it. So let's talk about it. Then we'll pull up the actual auger thing, image itself, and kind of go into the things that we didn't talk about. So this has got a 60 volt power platform. It is equipped With a high torque motor and 60 volt power, the Model 60 ensures the speed and RPM remain consistent throughout the entire duration of the cut without bogging down. It is the most powerful electric auger on the market right now. No question about that. Dual blade hybrid design. I don't like how this thing is in the way of the text, but it looks like I can pull it up a little bit here. It's got two hybrid blades that provide speed and precision of shaver blades with the serrations and dirty ice performance of a chipper blade. This is one of the most unique features of this. If you look at the E40, you look at the Alpha, if you look at the new StrikeMaster Maven, they all have your straight blade design, your shaver blade, your laser blade, whatever you want to call it. They are intended to cut really clean and really fast. This is a hybrid design that gives you a little bit of both. You've got that speed and precision. You've got plenty of surface area there for that fast cut, right? But then you've also got the serration in it that's going to help you with that more dirty ice performance as well. And the best part is it's a 60 volt system that's going to give you that power to get through ice really quick, even with these hybrid blades, which are intended to be a workhorse rather than just a clean ice powerhouse like the Alpha is. Variable speed. This has become common in all of the augers, so this is nothing new or unique here, but this is a feature on this as well. Easily adjust your cutting speed with the intensity with simple cordless drill style speed control trigger, and it works, right? What that means is if you gently press the trigger, it's going to go slowly. The harder you pull it, the faster it goes, just like a normal drill as of nowadays. It has a reverse mode button, a little bit different design than we have seen on some of the others, usually like a big square button or something like that, or a toggle switch. This one is the little red button here. Quick access to a momentary switch that activates the reverse, allowing you to flush away slush in the hole. So you can throw it in reverse, clean out your hole, and then you're good to go. It has a battery lock lever. This is common in a lot of them. Prominent locking lever, holds the battery secure, easy to operate even with gloves and mitts because it is a big, nice toggle style there. And then it's got a blade protector. Honestly, nothing fancy here. This is just like the other ones. The Maven that came out from StrikeMaster, I know this is supposed to be all about Jiffy here. And you guys know I partner with the brands to get access to this stuff to be able to tell you about it. They don't pay me. They don't give me anything. They're I have no business relationship with them. So I'm going to tell you, the Maven auger, the cover, the blade protector is the best one I've seen on the market. But that's, to me, that's small. But it is a pro for the Maven as well. But blade protector includes easy to remove bungee blade guard that protects the integrity and sharpness of the blades when not in use. So you've got the bungee strap, goes over it. It's plastic. Yeah. So there's that. I'm here to tell you the pros and cons, right? I don't care what you end up going with, but I get excited about the new stuff. So here is what it looks like here. We went through all of the photos that they had on the site here. So you can see you've got a rectangular design of the handles on the unit. You can see where your thumb would go. Would it be helpful if I zoom in on this? I wonder if I can change. Let me see if I can change zoom level to, let's go square. And let's go ahead and try this. I'm going to see if I can't make the zooming in work a little bit better here. Boom. That's a little bit better. Yeah. Okay. So you can see you've got your button here, right-hand side trigger, right-hand side safety switch on the top here, right-hand side push button, momentary switch with your thumb to throw it in reverse. All on the right-hand side here. Left-hand side, you got a handle. It's in order to hold it. Nice handle on it. It is wide. It's not super deep though, so you're still going to have a really nice compact size when it's laying down. This can either lay on its side, kind of vertical up and down, and you've got a lot of space next to it, or you can lay it flat. It lays both directions really well because this is basically a rectangular frame. So when you're throwing it in the back of your truck, you can either stand it up on the short side here or lay it down on the other side, depending on what you're looking for. Are you looking for more space above or to the side? It's actually a pretty nice design, one of the better ones out there, because the others are kind of like ovular, rectangular, where it's kind of like this big head body thing that ends up taking up a lot of space when you're storing it places. And we do have a composite bit here to keep the weight down to a certain degree as well. This thing is not intended to be the lightest auger on the market. They weren't going for that. They were going for the best performance auger, high speed, best blades for both dirty and clean ice. If you're cutting through a lot of ice, this is the guy that you're going to want. And if you don't know what you're going to be dealing with in terms of clean or dirty ice, that's what they're going for here. They're also going for somebody that's going to be beating up their augers. Guides are going to love this thing. People in Canada that are cutting through 3, 4, 5 feet of ice, you're going to love this thing based off of the little bit of time that I got to spend with it and the power behind it. It's got the oomph behind it to do what we need. Okay, let's look at some of the core features here. We already talked about the 60-volt power. The Model 60 outputs consistent RPM throughout the duration of each cut. So what that means is it's got an electronic brain inside of it. So as you're going, what's happening is when you're pulling the throttle on it, what that's telling it to do is go a certain speed. It's not telling it to put a certain amount of force on turning the bit. Meaning, if you're going through a little bit of ice and you hit a rough spot, it's not going to slow down on you. It's not going to jerk back because it grabbed. It's going to know that it's getting more torque needed applied to the cut, and it's going to speed it up to keep it at the same. It's going to put more torque behind it to put it at the same speed as you're going. So it is giving you consistent revolutions per minute of that blade spinning around, of the auger bit turning in circles through the duration of each cut, which makes it a smoother cut. That's what you want. When you break through the bottom, you want that as well, because you don't want to be jerking all over the place. They do a really nice job with this. You won't feel the auger bog down halfway through a hole, and you'll get the same consistent 4 inches per second cutting speed experience all the way through breakthrough. If you have the 8-inch, 3 inches per second, if you're on the 10-inch. The same consistent cut all day, 60-volt battery, 2,800 inches per charge. Robust power head, we already talked about that. It's heavy gauge aluminum handlebars, as we talked about. You can kind of see the rectangular view of it here. Secure grip and rigid frame enclosing the battery motor, and all metal transmission. All metal transition in it. They're not cutting corners here. They're not trying to put plastic in it to get the price down. They're not trying to make it light. They're focused on performance with this guy, helping to shield them from bumps and knocks, making sure that it's going to stand up to the test of time. The width of the grip accommodates a comfortable natural stance with easy operation, variable speed, primary trigger, as we had already talked about in the reverse mode. It has, these blades are called the Ripsaw blades. These are those hybrid blades. They've got serrated notches along the blade edge, similar to a chipper style, with a shaver style wing on the end. Let's zoom in here and talk about this a little bit. Let me zoom up a little bit. Where did it go? Right here. So you can see here towards the center, that is your shaver blade portion. And then the back part is your chipper blade portion. You do still have your centering point as well. The serrated edges help protect the sharpness of the blade from grit and debris, while the shaver wing enhances the speed. From the coldest mid-season buildup to messy late-season slush or rough, dirty ice, the hybrid design surges through it all in any hard water condition. Durable composite, we already talked about this, high-strength composite materials, and it weighs under 5 pounds. That's what the auger bit is, under 5 pounds, and it does have the centering point. It has a D-drive output, so the shaft on this that's going in is a D-shaped shaft. This is unique. This is a big shaft, no pun intended, that's going into this auger here, but it's a keyed shaft, meaning one side of it is angled. That's going to give you that tight, positive, really strong connection. That's going to also reduce some of that wobble as well. It goes in, as you can see here, This part of the power head is, you can see the flat part here, is only going to go in one way on this auger bit. It's got to line up. That's what you called like a keyed connection point there. And then, of course, you've got your bolt that goes through there as well. This secure connection helps prevent loss of torque and maintain maximum power output without additional stress or slop in the connection. And yes, it does have an LED drilling light. I tested this thing during the day, so I couldn't see it, how powerful of a light it is. So I actually can't even speak to that because I actually don't remember how powerful it is. I still have some of the video editing to finish. And so I know we'll talk about it in the video, but we will talk about the fact that it has the LED light right now underneath the handlebars. The light activates when the trigger is engaged, brightly illuminating the area. Pretty straightforward. It says can provide ambient lighting around you for up to 6 feet. And then, of course, it does have the reverse mode, which we've already talked about. You can hold the momentary release button along with the primary trigger. It'll reverse it, and you're good to go. All the specs are here. It weighs 20 pounds. This is the 8-inch, 20 pounds. Let's see if we click 10-inch. Does it change? 20 pounds. So both of them weigh about 20 pounds. The 10-inch has got to be a tiny bit heavier. Granted, the composite flighting isn't a ton of weight. They both say 20 pounds. In my specs, I've got the actual weights of them. So I'll come back. I'll hit the comments after to get you exact weights in case you're interested. 10-inch diameter on this guy. So let's flip back to the 8. So we're staying consistent with what we're talking about. And then we'll flip over to some of the hubs and all those things that they've got that they came out with as well. I think we've touched on all of this. This is just another view of it. Yes, it's kind of going through all of it there. Compare model sizes. So this is what it says. The Model 60 is available in 2 auger bit sizes, each sharing the same powerful 60-volt power head. So again, it's the same power head, just different auger bits. You should consider your electronics usage, the number of holes you drill in a day, the ability to sight fish, whether you fish in a permanent, portable shelter. I think most people know this stuff or will explore it when they're ready to go. If you're fishing with children, it's worth noting that boots and gloves tend to fit in a 10-inch hole more easily. That is very true. Something else to consider, maybe the fish species you're targeting for larger game fish, you may prefer a 10-inch hole. The difference from an 8 to 10-inch bit significantly increases the volume of ice encountered each cut. So the speed and the overall inches per battery will be reduced when you get to the 10-inch. They do have them both noted again here as 20 pounds. So there's that. And then you can see kind of a side-by-side comparison of all of the specs here. Support, documents, warranty, 5-year warranty on this puppy. The 8-inch and 10-inch Model 60 is covered by a 5-year limited warranty, 3-year limited warranty for the battery. For additional details, go here. If there's one thing that I know, I had somebody that had an issue with one of their artisan augers earlier. It was an ion auger, actually. It was an alpha. And they reached out and they basically just sent them a new auger bit, right? Like, oh yeah, it looks like something's wrong here. We're going to just send you a new one. Don't return your old one. They've got really good service. If you ever don't have good service with any of these ice fishing companies, I don't care what brand or name it is, let me know. I want to know because we need to ensure that we're talking good about the companies that have good service, and those that don't, let's push on it a little bit and see what's going on and see if we can't get you guys taken care of. I'll try to help there. Okay, cool. So that is the augers. What questions do you have? Drop them down in the chat. We'll swing back to them here in a little bit, but we're going to fly to the next new things that they've got. So we just talked about those. $699, $749. Oh, here's the other thing we didn't talk about that I did get some clarity on. You're going to notice that all of the products on the website are not currently right now available to purchase. You're going to see notify me here. You can click notify me, put in your information, and they will notify you. The expected in-stock date is November 28th. Now, I did hear that they are planning when it does come in stock. What is November 28th? Is it the day that I'm thinking it is? Is November 28th Black Friday? All I'm saying is there may or may not be a promotion, a deal better than the prices that you're seeing on everything on this website when these hit in stock. So yes, this is MSRP, full retail price, manufactured suggested retail price is what MSRP stands for. But if you want to get these, stick around for, obviously you can't buy it now anyways, but when they do drop, pay attention. I'll make posts about it. I'll talk about it, of course, especially because it's this day. I'm going to have a lot of live streams around Black Friday deals, but they will put these on sale. So if you want to save money and check out some of their new gear, hit their website once it's live here at the end of November. So literally about a month from now. Okay, let's talk about hub houses. So they've got 2 new hub houses, and then they've got some attachments for the hub houses that we're going to talk about as well. So the Basecamp 660 and the Basecamp 980. Let's talk about them here. And I like that they've got them so you can just toggle between the two here, because they're essentially very similar, just different sizes, a few different features on them. So I like it. So let's talk about the Basecamp 660 first. This is the Basecamp 660. This is probably a better view. Spacious single room hexagon camping, 94 square feet, 3-year warranty, Ripstop insulated fabric. We're going to come back to that. Ripstop insulated fabric. There is no other brand, Otter, Eskimo, Clam, name any other brand that you want. Nobody in the industry uses Ripstop fabric on their shelters. We're going to talk about that in a second here. That is the unique, and it's of course insulated as well. It is insulated with the same level of insulation that the highest end Eskimo shelters are, with 80 grams of, I think it's Thinsulate, 80 grams per, what do they say? 80 grams of high loft insulation layered between the outer shell and interior quilted fabric. Okay. All right. Let's look at some of these photos here, because this is the exciting part, the images themselves. So here's the outside of it. What are we looking at here? Black shelter, yellow skirt. We got a full walk-through door here on this puppy, which is exciting to see. Some nice little yellow accents on it, big windows on it. And of course, you've got some accent reflective areas on it as well. Looks like we got some tie-down points. Looks like we've got some ventilation ports. Let's keep flying through. Holy smokes, now it's yellow on the top. You see that? Black on the top, yellow on the top. The yellow on the top, I know we'll talk about it, but I'll give it away right now. This is a Rainfly. Have you ever been out ice fishing and it started raining or sleeting or snowing, but you were out ice camping and it warmed up one day, either from the sun outside or enough warmth inside, that even in your insulated shelter that's water resistant, it started melting through and your ceiling was dripping? Have you ever had that happen? Well, this comes with the Rainfly. It literally is like a sheet that goes over it that is waterproof. So you know, if you ever tent, you know what these things are. It goes over the top. It's included with it. And if you're going to be ice camping in it or doing a long trip, or you know it's going to be raining, throw this puppy on there. You don't need to worry about it raining through. That is awesome. If you want to use this thing for hunting, that's awesome as well, right? Because then you can actually set it up as a base camp, not worry about rain and those types of things as well. And it's insulated, so it'd actually be a pretty good base camp, if you will, for hunting as well. All right, let's keep rolling here. Nice outdoor photo of it. You can see a little bit better here. This Velcroed area here, that is Velcro that's here. That is for a couple of purposes. You've got the Rainfly that can go over that. And then you've also got some of these accessories we're going to talk about next that can attach there as well. This is the back side of it. So you do have what I'm calling a D door, your normal triangle door on one side of it. You have the full door on the other side of it in this 660 Basecamp. And then you've got your big windows. You've got your tie down points here. And then, of course, your yellow skirt. Here's the inside of it. Nice Jiffy logo on the inside. Again, big windows. You're going to notice where the hub is located. The hub is lower on this. Very similar, actually, the same type of design as they did with the Eskimo shelters, also under the Artisan family, that allow that smaller pack down size. So these are also going to gain from the benefit of that innovation that they're doing in the Eskimo line of products. So that way, when this packs down, it's going to be as compact as possible, which not only makes it easier for packing down, your windows are going to be bigger and they're going to go lower, so it's easier for you to sit on a chair and look out at tip up. So, and you're going to have more light in it, and it's also allowing you to have these nets above that bar be bigger as well. You also, any hub accessories, meaning the ones that you mount to the hub of the flip over, of the hub house, are going to be a little bit lower as well. So like if you have a cup holder in there or a table, it's more at that comfortable level rather than being higher up on basically every other hub house on the market. One other thing that we're seeing here in the photo, I don't know if they talk about it on the website, is you'll notice there's like something sewn in here. This is for your window cover to roll it up, and it tucks inside of here so you don't have your window cover hanging down on the floor and just kind of blowing around in the wind. You know how if you open your window, it just kind of hangs there? Well, this is their Basecamp series of hub shelters. The entire idea of the Basecamp is it's intended to be set up and it stays there. Whether you throw a license on it, which you have to do here in Minnesota if you're going to leave it out unattended overnight, if you want to set it up for the season or set it up for a week or whatever, you don't want to be tripping around those things. You don't want them getting in the way of your heater or anything like that. You now have the ability to kind of throw it inside of there. Otherwise, as you can see, they do close up here as well. We're going to keep going because I know we're going to talk about some of these things as well. Hexagon shape, again, 94 square feet. This is the smaller of the two. Massive 94 square feet footprint, provides plenty of space for fishing or overnight extended stay camping. Here we go. Insulated ripstop fabric. This is a good photo here. You can see how it's got the different threads in it, and then it's got lines that go through it. You probably have some sort of material like this, whether it's in a jacket, whether it's in bibs, whether it's in gloves. You probably have a fabric that's like this where it's ripstop. What that means, here, I'll read this and I'll explain it. Rugged ripstop fabric shell resists tears and wear and tear with 80 grams of high loft insulation layered between the outer shell and the interior quilted fabric. If you can see the lines that are in here, the whole idea is if you were to cut it, your knife hit it, your spikes hit it and started dragging on it, you had a hook go in it and it started pulling on it and ripping it. Ripstop fabric is designed in a way that it's not going to just keep ripping, right? It's going to stop because it's going to run into a part of the fabric that isn't going to allow you to rip that direction through it. And so it's going to stop that ripping. That's why they call it ripstop fabric. It's really good stuff. Some of the bibs that are out there nowadays, like float suits, have ripstop fabric in them, on them. Of course, a lot of them still don't. Like my Apex suit does not, which I think is absolutely insane for how much that thing is. But yeah, anyways, ripstop fabric is the way to do it. It's got the waterproof roof cover. What did I call it? A Rainfly or a rain cover. Includes a rugged ripstop. This is ripstop as well. Roof cover with fully taped seams for a waterproof barrier against snow and moisture buildup during extended stays. Again, this goes over the top, and you can see it kind of covers the sides there, and we got the Velcro. Dual heat source ports. They've got two ports there for your ventilation. Say if you're going to be using a diesel heater or something like that. Two HVAC ports at the base of your shelter allow you to run ducting for diesel or other vented heat sources or anything else that you want to throw through there, you can. Zippered accessory port, access port. So this is like for your propane hose, you can go through there as well. You've got the gear net storage that we talked about, massive mesh gear net, deluxe carry bag. If you watch the video on all the new Eskimo gear, you know that they came out with new bags this year. Well, guess what? Jiffy also has the same functionality in their bags. They've got the one handle up front, the two handles in the back, the big side zippered pockets on both sides, and then you've got the full opening, and you'll see there's plenty of space in here. So you're not shoving that thing in there trying to barely get it to fit. You've got cinch down straps. You've got plenty of ice anchors. You got the whole ordeal. These are super nice bags as well. You've got cam tie-down straps, includes heavy-duty carabiner cam strap tie-down for each hub to securely anchor the shelter. Grab a drink here, and you can see the way he's doing it there with the cam strap. So what I like about this is you'll see they've actually got a carabiner that clips into the hub on the outside. Your strap comes down, it goes through your ice anchor, and you actually have a real cam strap here. It's a metal cam strap attachment point, and then you can give her a good yank and tighten her down. This is great. This is the way that they should all be. You get an ice anchor storage bag in order to put them all away and store them all away as well. All right, so that's what we got. Not cheap, $999.99. However, if you look at the things that are included in this, from the bigger windows, you've got the Rainfly included, the Ripstop fabric, actually not too crazy. And remember, if you're looking to get one of these in a month, come back to the website. I think you're going to be impressed because they're going to put these things on sale. And you're going to be able to buy. I'm going to buy one of these. Like, again, they don't give them to me. I'm buying a shelter and an auger from them. I don't think I'm going to get this one. I think I'm going to get the bigger one, which we're going to talk about next year. So insulated ripstop, we already talked about. The durable ripstop material is meant to withstand sharp edges, scrapes, and accidents that tend to happen during transport, setup, and years of use without tearing. The insulation, of course, we know is to keep you dry, the insulation keeps you dry and comfortable. It keeps you comfortable. I don't really know if it's keeping you dry. Insulation doesn't keep you dry. Waterproof sleet sheet is what they're calling this puppy on the top. Seam taped, rugged ripstop material. This is an important point. This removable cover easily attaches around the perimeter of the roof with buckle snaps for a snug and secure fit, and can be left on the shelter during takedown. You do not need to take the Rainfly, I'm calling it the Rainfly, or the sleet sheet off of it every time that you break it down. You can just leave it on there if you want to. The full entry door that we talked about, nothing to step over. There's no bottom floor. It is a full door opening. You've got the dimension here, 94 square feet, standing over 6.5 feet tall at the center hub, 84 inches. And there's ample headroom to stand and move around. Overall setup size of 135 inches by 143 inches, which is awesome. We already talked about the HVAC ports, fire retardant lower wall. Whoa, what is this? There's a zipper pass-through port to run an extension cord or propane hose from the outside with direct shelter access. And each shelter also has a fire retardant lower wall panel for safer use if you plan to bring the stove. I totally forgot about that. There is a lower panel on one of them that's like a thick rubbery material. I don't know if they've got it in any of these photos. Actually, it is. It's right here. This right here, behind this heater, you'll see the material back here is completely different. It's only on one lower wall panel. This is like a rubbery material. It is flame and heat retardant. And even the flap for the window that you'll see here is the same material. And then you'll see it goes to the normal kind of cross, whatever they call it, the normal material in here, cross-stitched fabric or whatever it is. So that is new, different, in an upgrade as well. The other thing I wanted to confirm is I'm pretty sure these windows, I think, zip up. So you can see their full light blocking. I think these windows zip up if I remember right. More to come. I'll let you know. I'm pretty sure that is true. All right. So we talked about heat source, versatility, the deluxe carry bag. We already talked about anchors and tie downs. So the 660 comes with 11 ice anchors and 5 cam strap tie downs. And you also get the gear net storage included as well. Oh yeah, look at this photo. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is a zipper. So these are zippered windows, so you can zip them up for full light blocking. How awesome is that? So like if we start adding all these individual features up, that extra fire retardant wall, the zippered windows, like the Clam X1200 that they are launching, that they launched this year. I know it's been out a couple years for Shields exclusive. That's been $1,000 in the market. That's now a $1,200 shelter. So if you're looking at this and saying $999, again, you can buy this on sale when it actually comes out here, because they're going to do a sale on the site. That's when I'm going to buy it. It's actually not too crazy bad of a deal if you consider all the things that you're going to get. I know it's super stupid expensive. I 100% agree. But with the way that all of the competitors are raising their prices, I don't know. I don't know. So anyways, okay, cool. So here's more of the features on it. We're not going to talk about all of that. We'll go deeper in another video coming up, but durable YKK zippers as well. Okay, let's talk about, oh, here we go. We'll talk about the add-ons later. Let's go here. So the 980, we're not going to go as deep into this one because a lot of it is the same, but there are some differences. This is spacious, cot-ready, dual compartment, the 980. We're stepping up from 94 square feet on the 660 to 122 square feet on this puppy. Both of them do have a 3-year warranty. I don't remember if I said that. Of course, this has the Ripstop fabric and material as well. Let's roll through the photos here. This is a double shelter. Now, here's one thing that I want to call out about this double shelter that I appreciate and hope that in the future, all double shelters are this way. You will notice this corner, let me zoom in. This corner, and this center hub, the center corner where the two hubs meet, are all in one straight line. The hub house does not come in at the connecting point. That is a pet peeve of mine on double shelters, where it's like you've got a big square rectangle and then it's like it comes in and then it goes out again. So you basically have two separate spaces. This is more rectangular, which I love because it's actually more usable. You've got a full door here. Of course, you've got the rain shelter, Rainfly thing that goes over it. And you can see here, it is a big rectangle on the inside here. Look at the floor tiles. That's a straight edge that's down there. And you can see it goes right up. Obviously, there's space there, but you can see it's not like coming in the middle. It's an actual big rectangular space. Much bigger. This is your, like, if you're going to be sleeping on the ice camping. This thing's awesome. I'm planning on probably picking one of these guys up. I think this bigger one is going to be unique and fun and interesting. And I'll be able to do some ice camping in it this year. That is my plan. All right. Double shape, double compartment size and length are distributed with the back half of the shelter slightly longer to fit the length of standard sleeping cots. Oh, I didn't actually even remember that, but that's good to know. So the back half of it is slightly longer than the front half of it to fit the length of standard sleeping cots. Can you tell that they built this thing intended for people to ice camp in it? Kind of like a Basecamp. Maybe that's where the name came from. All right, 122 square feet, Ripstop fabric, same level of insulation. We're not going to touch on that. Waterproof cover, dual heat source ports, same zippered access port, the net, the bag, all this stuff is the same. So that's why I'm zipping through it. If you wanted to see any of that, you can rewind back in the show and you can check some of it out. All right, let's keep rolling here. So what else is different? I think, okay, dimensions wise here, 122 square feet. You've got standing 94 inches wide, 193 inches long, and over 6.5 feet tall at the center hub, 79 inches in the center hub. Built for fishing and designed for camping, it's a double shape, helps create segmented areas for each activity. Back half compartments designed to be slightly longer to accommodate the length of standard sleeping cots, as we had talked about. We already talked about all of these things here, so we don't need to go through them again. And all of the features are here. So that the primary thing is the size. It's a double hub. The back hub's a little bit bigger. And that's kind of what we're looking at there. Now, we're going to talk about this next. It includes a pre-installed Jiffy Link mount on each roof hub. We're going to talk about that when we talk about some of the accessories here coming up. And then the other thing that both of these talked about, and we didn't talk about on the other one, is it does have the stove-ready flame retardant area. We did talk about that, HVAC ports. Optional accessories like the sled-shed and the vestibule. We're going to talk about those coming up here next. Those will add extra storage and sheltered entry space. The Basecamp 980 is a commercial grade shelter. This is a heavy duty overbuilt shelter. This is not intended to be your day shelter for hopping around. Could you use it for that? 100%. But this puppy is not light. This puppy is built to last. It's built to outlast the elements so you can stay longer, stay more comfortable, and do it on your own terms. It's designed to expand. So we talk about like the vestibule. They've got foam mats, of course, a stove jack kit. They got a ton of different things coming out here. Compare the different sizes here. So this could be interesting. So they're saying it's designed for, whoa, what just happened there? It's designed for overnight outings and extended stays. The Basecamp winter camping shelters are made to hold up in the harshest of environments. Available in 2 sizes. Each Basecamp shelter is constructed with insulated Ripstop fabric. We don't need to reread all of this. This is probably boring. The 980 double size is elongated to fit standard cots. This can be useful segmented for fishing. Yeah, so there you go. Here's the spec side by side. The 660 is 80 pounds. The 980 is 93 pounds. You've got 3-layer bonded insulation ripstop, gray interior, carrying bags included, 13 ice anchors versus 11, 6 carabiner tie downs versus 5, 11 windows versus 9. Both have 1 full door, 1 D door, 3 gear nets, 3 mesh pockets, 2 mesh pockets on this puppy, and then YKK zippers. Of course, support, service, parts, documents, it is all there. Now, before we keep rolling to the rest of the Jiffy stuff, I want to show you this. Melin is working with me, and I got you guys a deal. A couple of weeks ago, I talked to you about I'm partnering up with a hat company, Melin. This hat is sick. I've got a bunch of them. I ordered a few more from them. Yes, I bought these as well. They sent me 2 hats. I bought these ones because I love them so much. They're different styles. They've got the A game, which is this guy right here. This is a hat called the Compass. This hat is called the Odyssey. These are like ultra premium hats. The best durability in build quality you can find. Here, let me go like this real quick. Hang with me for a second. We'll get back to the gear. But like, check this out. Here's the inside of a hat. Have you ever wanted to store something in your hat? Well, guess, look at this. Inside of the hat, there's a secret pocket here. Right here. I don't know how easy this is to show you. There is a secret pocket inside of here. I can't show you. You can kind of see it opens up there. Inside of the top of the hat, you can put a $20 bill. You could put a key. You could put a special note to yourself, a photo. You put whatever you want in there. It's got the grippy here for when you're grabbing it, putting it on your head. They got a bunch of different styles. Go check them out. They're ultra premium. Now, this is what I'm going to tell you. I've got their website here pulled up. Let me get my mug off the screen. They've got thermal insulated hats. You want to talk about, if you're a baseball hat guy or gal, whoever you are, they've got gals hats too. You can get an insulated baseball hat. How awesome is that? I love my hats in the winter. I'm like, gosh, I got to put a beanie on because it's -20 out. Nope, not now. I don't have any of the thermal yet. I'm going to order them. But check this out. The things that I really like is they've got like signature collabs in here where they've got like some of the coolest freaking hats out there. And they're always launching them. I think I get an email from them every day on like new hats and stuff. So anyways, I love their hats. They're the easiest hats to clean. They don't like over time turn into a hat that's like, I got to throw this thing out because it's either got sweat stains that you can't get out, it's broken down, or it doesn't hold its form anymore. These hats will. Like, I'm telling you, they're not cheap though. They are expensive hats, but there's an exclusive deal going on right now. It only lasts for 48 hours. I told them start it tonight at 10 p.m. Central. So it's been going on for 51 minutes and it ends in 2 days from now. I've got it as a pinned comment and it'll be down in the description. You want to support the channel, click the link, go check them out. You don't want to buy it, don't buy it. I don't care. I do not ever want to push anything on you that you don't want. But if you've ever thought about, or you looked at their hats, or you love them already and you want to get a good deal on it, 20% off if you use the link in the code down below. So that is enough of that. Let's get back to what we're here to talk about. And I'd love to know who here loves Melin hats. Anybody ever use them, wear them before? I'm like, in front of me, I have so many hats. I'm a big hat guy. I love hats. Anyways, all right, let's get back to it. Okay, other new gear. So we've talked about the 2 new augers. We talked about the 2 new base camps or the hub houses. Now let's talk about some of those accessories. So we've got the vestibule. Let me zoom in to make this a little easier here. There's a vestibule for each. It's the vestibule 660 and the vestibule 980. And then they've got the sled shed in the stove jack kit. Oh, I forgot. I was going to do something. If you want to check out those hats, if you're watching on your TV, go ahead and scan the QR code that's on the screen. I'll leave it on there for a little bit. This will take you to their website. And then in the cart, type in Alex20, ALEX20 when you're in the cart the next 48 hours from when this video is live, and you'll get 20% discount. So anyways, scan that code if you want. Okay, so anyways, we're going to talk about those, and then they've also got the sled shed and the stove jack kit. So let's go to the vestibule 660 first. This is the vestibule. What is a vestibule? Have you ever been in a building, whether it be a retail building or some other building like a store or something? You know how they've got the entryway to get in? So it's like the automatic doors you walk in, and then there's like maybe some carts in there, maybe nothing, and then you kind of go back through another set of doors. That front entry point, it's called a vestibule. That's where they got the name for this thing, and that's exactly what this is for. If we click through the photos here, let's do it this way. You can see it attaches to the front. Let me take this off the screen. It attaches to the front of the hub house that you can see here, and it is your vestibule. So it's a place for you to take off your boots, hang your jacket, kind of stomp off all the snow or whatever, take your cleats off. It's, if you want to cook, that's a great place to cook, because now you're not outside cooking, but you're also not stinking up your hub house. Like, think about all the ways that this could be used. That's the vestibule, one photo of it there. Here's what it looks like closed off, and you can kind of see the hub house behind it. How cool of an idea is this? He's in there. Whoa, I got an alarm going. He's in there cooking in there. What a great idea, right? Like I had said, if you do a fish fry, you know that stuff, the oil, it smells, but you don't want to do it outside, especially if it's a windy day or super cold out. You can now do it this way. You can open the vestibule. You can have the vestibule shut, however you want to do it. This is giving you some of that extra, they call it extra operational area. Works great as a cooking area or a mudroom to remove snowy boots or bibs. It's easy to assemble. It attaches to the shelter with a zipper and hook and loop. Hook and loop is Velcro. The fabric structure is attached to a single shock corded pole that sets the frame of the door and can be assembled in just a few minutes. And it has ice anchors included. The vestibule includes 6 ice anchor stakes that are easy to turn by hand, secure and tension the vestibule to the ice through attached grommet tabs. So those are the photos of it. This is the 660. This goes on the smaller shelter. 43 square feet operating space. It's giving you 43 square feet inside of it. It has 210 denier Ripstop polyester construction, zippered full panel entryway, zippered removable window panels. That's right. If you missed it, there's a window on each side of it, so you still even get light in there, which is kind of cool. It extends the Basecamp shelter as additional enclosure room for cooking or storage. If you want to throw your rod locker out there, you want to throw some of the gear out there, throw some of your sleeping gear out there during the day. You can still have the outside door, right? This still shuts, so it can still be an enclosed spot as well. You don't have the flaps underneath though. Like, notice that you don't have the skirts there. It's not intended to be another hub house, but yeah, just so you know, you will get a little airflow underneath there as well. And we've got all the detail there. How cool is that? What a cool, unique idea. Okay, 980. Same thing, except the 980 is intended to attach to the Basecamp 980. So you got to get the one that attaches to your unit. The 660, 43 square feet. The 980 adds 39 square feet. So slightly different in terms of the operating space. Pretty similar, but it is a little bit different. You can kind of see how they're talking about the square footage here. The photos, I think, are pretty much the same as well. And then all of the features are the same. 3-year limited warranty on this puppy as well. Price points, both of them are at $229.99. In a month, they'll be available. And again, if you want a good deal, when it drops, buy them right away. I'll, of course, make posts and everything about it so that way you know as well. But that's freaking exciting. Click notify if you're interested. I want to know what you guys think of this thing. I'm excited about this. How cool. And you can tell, like, they're building this thing out to be a base camp. This is not intended to be your day shack when you're out ice fishing for the day. Again, you can definitely use it that way, but it is intended to be built, overbuilt, to be extra rigid, give you some of these amenities that you're going to want when you're ice camping on the ice. Okay. Next products that we've got from them are the sled-shed. Kind of in that same vein, but it's exactly what it sounds like. The sled-shed, get your gear out of the elements. When you're out fishing, when you're fishing overnight, what do you do with your big sled? You want to just sit outside, fill up with snow, be in the cold, direct elements. Somebody walk by and maybe swipe something from you if you're in a populated area. No, you don't. You do not want that. So what do they got? They got the sled-shed. Let's take a look at it here. You can see it's kind of like an angled part that attaches to your shelter on the other side of where the door is. So you could have the vestibule on one side. You could have the sled-shed on the other side. Again, the whole base camp area. This extended storage footprint, it's 29 extra square feet of storage, attaches to either base camp shelter to extend the footprint of accessible space. Now, this attaches where you have the D door on the back of the shelter. So you can get into this from that D door in the shelter. You don't need to go outside to get to it. So you can actually pull your sled under this, have it anchored down, and it's outside of your shelter, but you could still get to it. My other thought is like, dude, you could use this as a bathroom. It's angled a little steep there, but like you could use this as a bathroom if you're out ice camping, throw a bucket out, 100% usable for that. Like you could use the vestibule for that as well, but that's like kind of right in the entryway. You probably don't want to do that. I mean, I might have an idea there. Here's what it looks like here. You can pull the one side up, expand your storage, keep your gear elements out during extended stays. You don't want it filling up. Throw it under there, and it won't be in the future. And if you want to get a little heat in there, this is not insulated, but if you want to get a little heat in there, you can just open that D door up, let some of that heat kind of pipe in through there, and you are good to go. Shelter access. Yep, that D door. See, I beat them to it by talking about it. The D door of the shelter opens where the sled shed attaches for direct access. As you can see there, it is the Ripstop material that you can see. And I actually like that it's not insulated because you can still get a little bit of light kind of shining through, which is pretty cool as well. It's a zippered attachment. It easily attaches to the rear of the base camp shelter via zippers that are running down the side and underneath the roof cover. So again, there's an extra set of zippers on the shelter that this zippers into. That's the way that this is designed. Ice anchors are included. Secure the tent and tension the sled shed to the ice with 3 included ice anchors. And it comes in this small little cinch carry bag. Real nice, cute thing. $149.99. Again, you can get a deal in a month when it comes on sale. I'll stop saying that. Maybe I'll say it one more time at the end. But that's what we got here. 29 square feet of additional attachable storage for the base camp shelters. Connects directly to the exterior base camp of the shelter. We already talked about all this. 210 denier Ripstop polyester. It has a zippered exterior entry on each side. So what you can see here in this photo is he just unzippered this side to be able to get it in. Both sides you can unzipper like that to be able to get into it. Cinching, drawstring, carry bag included 3-year limited warranty. Oh, they got a video.
The sled shed is a functional.
Woo, this is the first one that's got a video. Let's play it. Here we go. You should be able to hear this. I'm going to take a drink of my energy drink while I play this.
The sled shed is a functional storage area to.
Let me make sure the volume's up. Make sure you can hear it. I think you can all hear it. All right, I'll be quiet now.
The sled shed is a functional storage area to free up space and hold extra gear while on the ice. Attachment is simple. Just lift up the hook and loop that holds the roof cover in place. Then zip the sled shed onto the shelter zippers at the top and sides. After pulling the zipper down on the sides, please reattach the sleet sheet on top with both buckles and hook and loop. Last step is to securely use the 3 ice anchors included to fasten the sled shed to the ice. This is designed to fit a gear hauler sled or any additional gear necessities that normally would pile up outside your shelter on extended stays. The sled shed provides 29 square foot of additional attachable storage for both Basecamp shelters. The sled shed covers the D-style door in the back of the shelter, providing sled shed access from the interior of the shelter. It's constructed of the same durable Ripstop material as the Basecamp shelter itself, so it is resistant to rips and tears and holdups for years of setups use, bumps and scrapes.
How freaking awesome is that? Yeah, Ryan, thank you. We'll flip back. I guess there was a video on the last one too that I missed as well. But how cool is that? I just had this idea. Okay, so say you put your Basecamp up, right? You got your Basecamp up there. You're just going to leave it on your favorite lake, right? Maybe you're in an area where you're not worried about it. It's not the time of the year you're worried about slush and all of that. You're going out a whole lot. Maybe you're coming back and forth, whatever. You leave your Basecamp, your hub house up. You got the sled shed back there. You on the front end, you've got your vestibule. You come out there and you're going to go fishing. You pull your sled up. You throw the sled in the sled shed. You go in the shelter, you open the D door, you take your Vexlar out, your Garmin, your Humminbird, your Lowrance, your whatever you got. You pull her out of there, you mark them, you pull it out of there, you take your rods out, your bait out. Like, you don't need to unload everything into the shelter. You do that. And then when you're ready to go, you load it all back in. You're still inside. You go out, you hook your sled up to your machine, throw the cover on it, you boom, you're out of there. That is straight up efficiency. Like, that is cool. Okay, let's finish on this guy. Again, $149.99. I don't think there was anything else really to talk about here. Let's go watch that other video on the vestibule, because evidently I missed that. Thank you, Ryan. Oh yeah, there is. Okay, we'll watch this as well.
Jiffy Vestibule.
Oops, we need to make it bigger and unmute it. All right, this is a minute as well, and then we'll get into the other things they've got. We're getting there, but there is more.
Jiffy vestibules are intended to extend the operating length of your Basecamp shelter. Vestibule securely attaches over the front entry of every Basecamp shelter. It's an enclosable transition zone, mudroom, that shelters you from the wind. These work well as a cooking area, covered storage for extra gear, or space to remove slushy boots before entering the shelter. There's a vestibule available for each Basecamp shelter size, adding about 40 square feet of additional space. Just unroll it. Assemble the shot-corded frame pole. Locate the red tabs on the shelter and the vestibule and insert the end shot cord pole into the pin attached to the shelter. The vestibule zips into the sleet sheet roof cover on the shelter and forms a tight seal with hook and loop. Once attached, the vestibule features a zippered full panel entryway at the front. Zippered window panels on each side provide venting, and each window panel is fully removable and replaceable. There are 6 ice anchors included to secure the vestibule to the ice. It is constructed of the same durable Ripstop material as the Basecamp shelter itself, so it'll resist rips and tears and hold up for years of setup, use, bumps, and scrape.
So there we go. That is the vestibule video as well. Now let's flip back to the other new products and keep on rolling. All right, stove jack kit, $139.99. If you're the type of person that likes to do the stove, I've never done the stove on the ice thing. Drop in the comments. Let me know if any of you have or you're planning on it. But that is exactly what this is built for. And like, I'm not going to say it, but this may actually work for other shelter types as well. Like, if you happen to have an Eskimo shelter, if you happen to have an otter shelter, if you happen to have whatever a clam shelter, I don't know. Let's talk about it. Let's maybe see if it works. I know that's not obviously how they're intending for it to be used. But interesting, isn't it? I don't know if the window cover will fit exactly right. Let's look at it. Okay. So we've got, it looks like a few pieces here. So you've got your ducting can go out and it looks like you replace your window with this this heat resistant panel, if you will. It looks like you customizable window panel replacement, fireproof window panel, allow you to DIY cut a hole in the fiberglass material that works well with your specific chimney pipe. So you cut the hole for your chimney pipe dimension where you want it to go. And it looked like they had two of the, oh no, that is one piece. It's just got double Velcro on it, probably for the different window sizes that you can get for it, would be my guess. So that goes there. You cut the hole, and it comes with a safety floor mat. So that's what that other piece was. The kit includes a fire retardant floor mat intended to sit below your stove for ash and ember safety and to help reduce messy snow melt. The stove obviously is not included, as they mentioned here, but you can throw it on the ice so that way you're not melting the snow below it. Pretty freaking awesome. And then it comes in a nice little cinched carry bag there too. Anybody that's done this before that uses a stove jack on the ice, let me know what you think. Kind of cool, huh? Pretty cool. I think the video that I've got coming out on Thursday and on Sunday this week, we were on the ice. They had one of these. Of course, we didn't put wood in it, in burn stuff, because we were going through everything and we weren't out there to actually like use the heated component of it. But this is pretty cool. Up to you if you want to try it in another shelter. If it will fit or not, totally up to you to try. But it is intended to be used with the Basecamp shelter series in terms of replacing one of those windows. And that is what we got. Pretty self-explanatory. Yep, compatible with the 660 and the 980. $139.99 is that full MSRP. And I didn't say what I said I wasn't going to say. Floor tile kit. Now, if you've been watching the channel, you already know about these because it is the exact same as the Eskimo ones, except it's got a yellow logo on it instead of red. And it is intended to fit 128 square feet, which gets you that big 980 shelter. I'm sorry, the 980 Basecamp is fully included in that. So you're going to be good to go within the entire 980 shelter being included in just one kit. How awesome is that? 1/2 inch thick, closed cell foam, puzzle style. The big thing is you've got 28 full-size square tiles, and you've got 8 half-size tiles, 2 by 1 foot and 2 by 2. So what that allows you to do, as you can see here, is you can leave tiles out. These are half tiles. So this is 1 foot wide by 2 feet long. So this is a 1 foot wide by 2 foot long opening here in the floor that allows them to drill and auger a hole. You can also do them the other way. So that way these run the long way. You can see, you can put them all together. You can see the half pieces and the full pieces, 8 and 28 of them. And this is what it looks like. This is the way that I would do it. So you leave the 1 foot gap, and then you throw your skinny piece in there, enough space for your hole, throw another one, another hole. This is the way that I would do it. But the options are endless without having to actually cut holes in your foam tiles. I mean, you can still do that as well. But yeah, not cheap, but pretty cool in terms of the way that the half tiles work. The carry bag is the best carry bag that I've seen on the market for these, in terms of not quality, but breathability and durability, and just like the way that they work. I think that they've done the best job so far. And yes, $179.99 is not cheap, but it actually is much cheaper than Augers if you look at how much they charge for their small kit and how many you would need to cover the same amount of square footage. So take that into account. I'm going to say it here as well. Stay tuned to the channel. When this drops, you're likely going to see a deal happen on launch day as well. So if you want to get them here. The other thing to call out too, I know I haven't said this yet. I've been kind of waiting till the end to say it. They are only going to sell these products through their website this year. They will not be in any retailer at all. You can only buy them from their website. So I'll have it all linked down below as well. But you can only buy these products from their website this year. If the demand is high enough, if everything goes well, and retailers are like, oh my God, we need to assort this stuff, right? We know Jiffy hasn't had this stuff before, so they're trying to prove out the market here as well. We know that like the Basecamp style of camping and ice fishing and all of that is more of that niche type of ice fishing. I think they're trying to figure out like who wants it, what's the demand, what's the volume that they need, right? They're getting this stuff in now. Obviously, it's still like we're waiting for it to drop here in a month. So I think there's a lot of reasons why it's just through their website. But if you want it, you got to get through their website. And if you're going to buy it through their website, you may as well get it when you can get it on a sale. So stay tuned for when this thing drops. Okay. Next up is their Jiffy Link system. A lot of this stuff is not new. In fact, none of the Jiffy Link stuff is new. It is the same as Eskimo. Again, another complimentary brand. It is a sister brand of theirs. It is all under the Artisan name, but we're going to click through and talk about what they've got. They've got the Jiffy Link rattle reel that you're going to see here. So this is a rattle reel that goes onto the hub. Again, the hubs that you see here, these are like the E-hubs for Eskimo. You put these on the hubs, these hubs in your hub house. You put them here. At one time is all you need to do to mount this little puck piece thing here, and you can get them separately. You can buy the standard mount, the 2-pack here. These screw directly into the hub. Once it's on there, any accessory that you want from either the Eskimo E-hub or the Jiffy Link will go directly into that. The other thing to note is these Basecamp shelters. They have a hub on the ceiling as well. They already have one of these installed on the ceiling hub. So just so you know, if you were to say buy the Jiffy Link light kit and you were going to put it on that ceiling hub, they already have that one already attached for you. So what do they got here? They've got the tray. This was their #1 best-selling product last year, is the Jiffy Link tray in terms of the accessory. So that's what this guy is. Was that last year or the year before? I think it was last year. This is a tray, cup holder. This thing's awesome. I have 2 of them. I absolutely love them. $24.99. You've got the extra hubs here, $14.99. The nice thing is they're not like asking for $1 million for each of these things. The 3-way splitter, this is new this year for the Eskimo E-hub line, as well as the Jiffy Link splitter. This puts 1 hub into 3. So you could put a table on here. You could put a rod holder on here, cup holder, rattle reel. You have 3. You can turn 1 hub into 3 different accessory holders. $19.99. The rattle reel we talked about, $37.99. The light kit with all the cables, extensions, cords, $74.99. Let's take a look here. You can kind of see how easy it is. You just snake it onto the top. You've got your line that goes down. And then you've got all of your different power options. You can do USB-A, which is your normal like wide USB. You can also do 12-volt battery terminals. And you can do a DC jack as well. So that is what we're looking at there. They've got the dead stick holder. What's great about this is it can be used in a vertical fashion like this, where it will sit down in there for your normal rod holder, or it can be sideways and it locks the handle in, as well as if you wanted it to be kind of more of in that horizontal way. So it can do both of them. A 5-way adjustable is the way that they talk about it. And then, of course, you've got a Jiffy Link cup holder as well. And you can kind of see what that looks like there. So that is the Jiffy Link new products that they have this year. Again, the same as like the E-hub stuff. And then they've got their 60-volt accessories as well, which I believe are all of these, but we're going to click on this image and see, yes, it's all the same thing here. So you've got the 60-volt Jiffy lithium battery. This is a 4-amp-hour battery, $249.99. Not cheap, but again, this is a 60-volt 4-amp-hour. Whereas like the new Maven auger from StrikeMaster, they're giving you a 40-volt 4-amp-hour. So this is 33% more power than a 40-volt 4-amp-hour. So yeah, just keep all of that in mind. You've got a Jiffy battery charger. How fast does this charge? It's a 2-amp battery charger, so it will provide a full charge in 2 to 3 hours. If you wanted an extra battery charger, extra battery, you can buy them here. Ripsaw hybrid blades. If you want the 8-inch or the 10-inch, they're both $49.99. Here's a better view of what that blade looks like. Again, you've got your shaving blade features here, and then you've got your your serrations here that are going to allow you to have more of that chipper style blade cutting on the back part of it through that dirtier ice, keeping the blades a little bit sharper for you as well. You've got the collared, the D drive extension. So if you needed an auger extension. For those of you going through a lot of ice, you're going to want 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 of these dang things. This is a 12-inch extension that is intended to be used with it, $49.99. And then you've got an accessory composite bit. If you buy the 8-inch auger and you want the 10, buy it for $329.99, which is $50 more. So it's the same thing. If you buy the 10-inch auger and then buy the 8-inch, is the same price as if you buy the 8-inch auger and then you buy the 10-inch extra, because the auger with that bit is $50 less for the 8-inch, and then it's $50 more here. So it's a wash. You could get the 10-inch and the 8-inch both if you want. So you can buy it separately, which is really nice to know. So yes, how awesome is that? Okay, I think, yes, that is it. Then they've got the blade. We talked about all of that. That is Jiffy. That is the new stuff they have. We've got one other topic we're going to talk about specifically if you're in Minnesota, and then we're going to bounce back to this. So give me like 2 minutes here. If you're not from Minnesota, go grab a drink real quick, head back over here, because we're going to go through these comments and the questions that are in there, because I want to know what you're all thinking. Again, I've had my hands on this stuff. More videos are coming out on it, on ice footage, using it, walking through it with employees of the company. So let me know what your comments are, questions are, and we'll go through it. Now, here's what I want to talk about. If you remember, you live in Minnesota. We talked about this back months and months ago. Minnesota DNR finally had some proposals to open up the rulemaking to allow the use for certain automatic hook setting devices for ice fishing that are currently not allowed. It includes clarification of a hook. So basically spacing of a hook, as well as the hook setting devices. I'm specifically here talking about the hook setting devices. Here is what to know. This did pass. I think we all know that, or a lot of us know that by now, right? Here's what's different. This specifically states the Minnesota Department of Natural Resources is asking for public comment on a proposed rules about fishing methods that, if adopted, this is on the DNR's website. This is Minnesota DNR. If adopted, would go into effect in March 2026. That means not this ice season we can use them. But wait, they actually did, I think, what's called an expedited rule change, which means it is actually effective immediately following the date that this went into effect, was sometime in September. September 3rd, 2025, they actually changed the rule in the state statutes, where you can now use an automatic hook setting devices. Why am I talking about this? I've already talked about this. What I'm clarifying is you are actually okay, because I told some people the wrong information based off of that previous article within the last 72 hours. And I want to clear it all up, and I want to make sure everybody's on the same page, because I know there's a lot of confusion around it. The nice thing is there's no risk of confusion. You can use these automatic hook setting devices like a jaw jacker, like the Predator tip up in the jaw jacking mode in Minnesota, effectively immediately through the ice. Keyword is through the ice. Immediately, meaning you don't need to wait until March. What does that mean? You have to wait for ice fishing season because you have to do it through the ice. You can't do it open water. But it says an angler fishing through the ice may take fish with a non-motorized device that sets the hook using the force of a spring device or the force of a fishing pole that's under tension that is released from a bent position when a fish takes the hook. An angler fishing through the ice may not use a device capable of automatically reeling or spooling the fishing line or otherwise capable of automatically retrieving a hooked fish. I am 1000% sure on this update. I reached out to the DNR. I had a few back and forths with them today in order to clarify, because I wanted to make sure once and for all that we were on the right track, and we are. This will be effective as soon as we have ice here in Minnesota. I mean, it's effective right now. We just don't have ice. So you're good to use jaw jackers this year. Now, there is an additional update. They, the DNR actually had a meeting today where some of the team members were meeting with the enforcement division around motorized jigging devices. Because if you look here, it specifically says with a non-motorized device that sets the hook. There are devices out there that auto jig for you, right? They're called auto jiggers or whatever they're called, right? That have a motor in them. The clarification is that jigging devices, as long as they are not designed to set the hook, they're just for jigging. As long as they aren't designed to actually, when it feels pressure, to set the hook for you with a motor, they are acceptable and will be considered legal under the current language. They said, emphasize that the hook setting component of any device must be non-motorized, and that these devices, just like any tip-up, must be monitored. You cannot leave them unattended and then come back to a fish on your line. So yes, so that is the update. If you have questions, drop them down in the comments. We can get you some additional clarification. Now, back to our regularly scheduled programming about Jiffy. Let's hop back over and let's roll through some of these questions. I think there's a way for me to find the questions in here. Oh, it's just looking at this here. We're gonna work from the top down. Anyone out fishing yet? Is the hat link not working for folks? The hat link better be working. If the hat link isn't working, we got a problem. Hat link's working for me. If the hat link isn't working for you, let me know. It should be down in the description as well. Let me know. Let's go. Okay, what other questions do we have? Ryan had seen it already. 2 new shelters, the Vestibule and tent garage. Yep. A lot of people haven't seen anything yet. Richard is saying, we won the Youth Striker ice suit at the ice show this past weekend. Little guy, so excited. Well, high five and fist bump to you, man. Congrats. Excited. Am I going to be at the Sioux Falls Ice Institute? You bet I will be there. I will be there Saturday all day. I'm driving in. I'll probably get there around 12:30 or 1 a.m. Saturday morning, crash in a hotel. I'm going with my brother-in-law. But yeah, if you want to meet up at the Sioux Falls Ice Show, hit me up. I've got a cell number down below. You can text me at, you can email me, DM me, whatever. If you're going to be there, we can try to find a way to meet up. I will be there literally the entire day, probably from open to close all day Saturday, filming, talking to vendors, buying stuff, talking to you all. Gonna go through it. So Saturday, Sioux Falls Ice Show. If you're going to be there, let me know. And then I'll be driving back to the Twin Cities Sunday morning. What's up, Brad? Nice to see you here. We'll be popular in Wisconsin. Let's see. Questions. Here we go. I wonder if the hub door entrance will fit on an Eskimo. The hub door entrance will fit on an Eskimo. So here's the thing. The vestibule that we have here, the way that it attaches is, and I don't think they have a very good photo of it here. We can try to show you here. It zips on to the outside of the shelter. You've got your pole, and then you've got ice anchors that go into the ice. That's the way that it goes on. And then it's under the sleet sheet. Will it maybe work? Maybe, but you don't have the zipper, so it's probably not going to work that great. Blue Jays win game 4. Awesome. Out of the 2 teams, I was rooting for the Blue Jays. So yeah, we're good. What's up? We're here. It's about time for Jiffy. Yep. Awesome. What's the weight difference between the Maven and that one? The Maven is much lighter. So the new augers, they've got rated at 20 pounds. Maven, I want to say is it 14 and a half pounds, 15 pounds? Maven 40 volt auger. I'll pull it up and tell you here. Strike Master Maven 40 volt auger is, drum roll please. How heavy is it? How heavy is it? How heavy is it? The 8-inch is 14.5 pounds and the 10-inch is 15.5 pounds. So you're talking about 5 pounds lighter for the 40-volt Maven versus the 60-volt Model 60. That's what it's called, right? The Model 60. So yeah, there is your weight difference. Da, 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 da. Is that going to be available in Canada? Yes. That's the exciting news. These will both be available in Canada and the US. There will be a Canadian site and there will be a US website. Both of them ship out of their own geography. So if you buy from the US website, it will be shipped from the US. If you buy from the Canadian website, it will be shipped out of Canada. That should be really exciting news for all of you Canadian anglers up there. That is the way it needs to be done rather than all the sending stuff over the border, right? That is super exciting news. I'm excited to be able to share that with you. What's the weight of the auger, as Jiffy has been known to have the heaviest augers? I mean, I would say this is probably the heaviest electric auger on the market right now at 20 pounds. It's still lighter than probably any of the gas augers that are out there. But it is, again, not intended to be the lightest auger. It's intended to be the strongest, most powerful auger that's out there. Utah Mike is saying, I'm still using the K-Drill with the DeWalt 998, dude. The good old trusty. No need for you to get the newest. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stick around with what you got if it's working, man. 100%. Totally agree. I wonder if Jiffy will give you 2 batteries like Ion and Eskimo. I do not believe so. These, I believe, are only rocking with 1 battery in them. The batteries are pretty expensive. Maybe they'll do some sort of promo in the future with 2 batteries. I have not heard anything about that, so don't take that as like a hint from me. I don't know if that's true. I would find it hard to believe given the price point on it. I think they just do 1 battery and then like discounts if you wanted more. But maybe, I don't know. Silly, not sure the extra dollars is worth the extra volts. Yeah, I think you have to be a specific type of angler to really want this. Either one that has to go through a lot of ice. Like if you're in northern Canada, you're going to probably be like, this thing is a dream come true. If you're a guide and you just want the most durable thing and not have to worry about reliability like at all, and you beat your stuff up, you're probably going to want this as well, with like the metal gearing in it and all of that stuff too. So I don't know. We'll see how this year goes. This thing could flop, or it could be the best auger ever made, right? Like it could be anywhere in between. Had a nice deal for the 24 volt last year. So much easier than dealing with a drill for less money. K-drill plus drill. Yeah. So I think in terms of the 24 volt, some people have had really good luck with it. Some people have not. I personally did not like that auger very much. It wasn't that it was underpowered. The trigger response for me was a little bit off. And then battery performance was really not great. This is what I know. It's still a really good auger, and it's better than a lot of things out there. It's better than hand auger. It's better than gas, propane, in my opinion, right? Everybody's opinion is valid. If you've got one and it's working for you, then freaking stick with that 24 volt. Here's what I believe is going to happen. The 24 volt and the StrikeMaster 40 volt are going to go away and be discontinued. In fact, I think the 24 volt is actually already technically discontinued. The 40 volt, they're going to sell out of and discontinue as well. So they're going to have the StrikeMaster Maven 40 volt. That is their new kind of flagship auger. And then I imagine they're going to be designing a new 24 volt to come in to play as well, because they've always kind of had like a StrikeMaster. I'm talking StrikeMaster, not Jiffy right now. StrikeMaster has kind of always had like that light version, if you will, that's a little bit less powerful. And then they've had their higher end version. And so they're looking to continue to do that, from my understanding, with their electric auger line as well. So I think the 24 volt, as we know it from StrikeMaster, will get It is discontinued, but I think they're going to work on replacing that in the future, which I think is really interesting. But that is just what I've heard. It will look good in the garage next to my DeWalt tools. Dude, you're like me. I'm not a DeWalt guy. I'm a Milwaukee guy, but I am envious of you DeWalt guys. Muddy, tell me, do you have the DeWalt heater, the Buddy heater? Because I am jealous if you do. That thing is in my opinion, probably one of the best heaters ever made. With it's just great. Throw your battery in it. You've got a heater with a fan in it. You've got a light on it. You got a phone. It's so smart. Why? They should make a Milwaukee version of it. I'm a little bit jealous there. Wonder what the extra voltage battery weighs. We should. I think if we click on the battery, it should tell us the weight. It doesn't say, but I wonder if it's in documents. Let's see. Owner's manual, troubleshooting guide, charging the battery, installing the battery. Sometimes they put the battery specs in here. But I'll get you a weight. I'll weigh one of them and get it in here. Or I'll reach out to the company and get you a weight. That's a good question. I'll find out. Let me star this so I can come back to it later. You've got a K drill and a Milwaukee. Was thinking of getting the 24-volt Strike Master because I always end up with crooked holes. The 24-volt Strike Master because I always end up with crooked. I think you mean are you talking about the new one, the 40-volt Maven that's got the bubble level on it? I would think that's probably what you're talking about. But otherwise, yeah, 24-volt works too. All right, I need to just jump down to some of these questions. Wonder if those Ripstop blades will fit the E40. They will not fit the E40. That's what she said. I know what that comment is referring to in the show already, and that's a while back. Let's see. Questions. I'm looking for question marks. If I skip over something and you have the question, just drop it in there. Are the windows removable? Yes, they are. Does the Rainfly cover the other accessories? The other accessories are waterproof already, so you don't need the Vestibule and the sled-shed, so you don't need the Rainfly to go over them, but it will go over the attachment point so that it all kind of rolls over the top, and it's not going to roll down underneath those accessories. For the guy that was torn on the Jiffy versus Eskimo, I own 2 Eskimos and would get this over them for the Rainfly in the hot tent window. Yep, there you go. All right, let's keep rolling here. I'm trying not to skip over any. What's your plan for the oh, you guys are chatting with each other. Didn't Freybill call their house base camp? I don't know. Did they? That'd be news. I'll have to look that up. Is the link not working? Oh, link is working. I'll drop another link down below if it's not working for you, Richard. Or shoot me a DM. I'm sorry, it should be working. Will you be at the Ice Institute in Sioux Falls? Yes, I will. Dude, you're a fishing deals channel. Why are you trying to sling $100 hats? Bro, I'm a hat connoisseur. I love hats. I'm not trying to sling them. I'm just sharing the love. And they're sharing the love with me. They sent me 2 hats. Let's be honest. That's what they've done. And I appreciate that. And then I bought 2 hats. I love them. I'm literally going to use the 20% off and go buy more hats from them. That's how excited I am about their hats. Because to me, a hat is it's one of those things that I don't want to have to replace all of the time. And I'm tired of cheap hats. Have you ever had a hat that's your favorite hat? And then you wear it for a month and you're like, I don't know what happened to this hat, but it just doesn't fit my head right anymore. It's flat. It's falling. It looks like junk. I'm tired of that in a hat. This hat is awesome. This is the Odyssey line of hats. Okay. All right. Will you be... Yes. Will the Jiffy blade bolt pattern work with an E40 composite auger? No, it will not. Any new underwater cameras this year? Been debating on getting the AquaView HD7i. I have not heard of any new underwater cameras from any brand at all. So I will let you know if I do. I mean, there. I guess I shouldn't say that. There have been some like E-Yo-Yo, which does not have the highest end cameras. They're more budget friendly. They're still fine. They're still great. That's great. But in terms of like the big names, the big brands, the higher quality cameras, no, there's been nothing new this year. I think the Ripstop blade will be compatible with the Pistol Bit 2.0 Eskimo Ion. No, it is intended to only work with the Model 60 electric. The blades that they've got on this thing are going to take some torque to turn, the way that they're that hybrid blade design, and they're not intended for the torque in the way that those other augers are designed in order to handle the blade. They're just not. And so this is designed with these blades in mind just for that. Pat saying, thank you for your educated content. Keep it coming. Oh, of course. Yeah. DeWalt heater is the best. Yeah. All right. I think we made it through as many of the questions as I could find. If there's other questions or anything, drop it down in the comments after the show down below. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Again, quick call out. If you want to pick up one of these hats for the next 46.5 hours from me saying this out loud right now, there is a 20% off promo code down below. Go check it out. And if you like this video, check out this one on the screen that's going to pop up here when we're done, and you're going to get more. Stay tuned to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. If you want to know more about this, I've got 2 new Jiffy videos coming out on the ice, and then I've got a full walkthrough video I'm going to be doing in the next couple of weeks as well. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Tight lines this season. I'm super stoked for ice season. We've got some Shields Ice Fest coming up this weekend. Next weekend, I'll be in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hope to see some of you there. Take it easy and have a good one. Bye.